What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's your boy Noisy Occasion. I'm back with another video. Well, today's video is kind of different because the last video we did, when it was a sit down face to face, let's not talk about it. It's your boy Noisy Occasion, and I hope you're having a wonderful day as always. Are you having a wonderful day? So today we're gonna be doing a story time for you guys. I asked what should I do on Instagram, and y'all said do a first fight video. And if you were wondering why I do this, it was because I listen to Nicki Minaj.
Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie?
So the fight that I'm doing, I've been in multiple fights before then, but it's not those. I couldn't consider those fights. Like this one was a hands up, square up type of fight. Okay, so this fight happened a couple years ago. Let's say like 3, 4. I was like 12 or 11 at the time. So at the time we were like close friends. Me and the person that were fighting, we were close friends, but they would do like small stuff that would agitate me. And if you agitate me, I'ma tell you. Period. But anyway, so they were agitating me, and they used to get into like small arguments. So I would tell them, we can throw them hands. But I guess they never got the concept of throwing hands. There was this one time when I was hanging out, well, we were young, we would call it playing, but now we call it hanging out. But I was playing with my friend, and me and her we was at her house on her porch playing. And he came over to us, and she was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, yo. But I was like venting to her at the time because I was annoyed. I was annoyed at some stupid stuff. Like, I think my mom didn't give me ice cream that day, so I was annoyed. So I was venting to her like, my mom didn't give me no ice cream, I'm mad. And she was like, yeah, yeah. And she's like, listen to me. And I'm venting about ice cream. And now that I think about it, we were childish when we were young. But I'm mature now. So he came over and I was like, yo. And I said like in a really like monotone, sad voice. And I guess he didn't like that. So he was like, what's your issue? So we started arguing, and I'm like, bro, leave me alone. And he just keep on going on. So I'm like, do you want to fight? You can throw them hands. Real talk. And he told me, I will beat you up. And I was like, let's throw them hands right now. And this is why I love my friend. She had these bags of salt for the summer. She stood up on the bags of salt and said, if y'all fight, I'm jumping on both of y'all. And we didn't care. We kept on arguing. She's like, I'm gonna jump on both of y'all if y'all fight. So eventually he left and he went back to his house. I don't know if it was a couple days or a couple weeks later, but I remember later, like not the same day, but later in the week or weeks, me and him ended up fighting. And here's why. So we were all hanging out at this abandoned house because the person that ended up fighting, right next to his house, like, so this is his house, this is an abandoned house. And we used to always hang out here, and they had this nice tree, and during like the summer, the leaves would turn pink and purple. It was a really nice tree, so we used to climb the tree and hang out in it. And I forgot if it was my friend. I'm gonna give them names because it's starting to get complicated. We're gonna give them Amy, Jack, and Zoe. But I don't know if it was Amy or Jack that brought out football, but they had this little football that they brought out. And I'm like, yo, let's play some football. And so Amy would sit up in the tree and she would throw the football. And Zoe, she wasn't athletic, and she started acting when she got her phone. She like zoned out. But anyway, she wasn't athletic, so she sat there and she watched us. And Amy would throw the ball from the tree, and me and Jack would run out and go grab it. So we went out and we go grab the ball, and we would get it. But I was gonna get the ball, so we did it, and we were going back and forth. He would get the ball, I would get the ball. But we was going back and forth, and this time I was gonna get the ball. I was going all up through there getting the ball. And I was gonna get it, but he picked me up, and he was like, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! And slammed me on my bag. And I was annoyed, but I was just playing around with him. So I'm like, yo, 30 my ones was catching, what's up? And tell me why. We go down, so basically, I'm like, 30 my ones. I'm just playing around with him though. So we went down the stairs and there was a pile of leaves. So we stood in the leaves and I was like throwing my ones. I was just playing around with him. And he goes, I'm like, ooh, I'm playing around. But I guess he couldn't tell that I was playing around. So he decided to go hit me with this part of his hand. And when I tell you my lip was just gushing blood, I mean my lip was just just blood was just spilling out. So I went to the house and I washed off my lip. And that's when my friend Amy, she went off on Jack. Like, when I tell you, Jack heard the words of wisdom from Amy. Amy was not playing them games. And I think Zoe was just, I don't know what Zoe did. I think she was just sitting back watching. But anyway, so I went in the house. And I go to my house and my couch was, so my door was like this. So you walk into the door and when you take a right, that's where everything is. You can see the kitchen and living room. My couch was to the left and my cousin, she was sitting on the couch and she thought I just had juice in my lip. So she wasn't really worried, but when she saw it drip, she knew it was blood. So I went to wash my mouth. But before I can even get back outside the house, my sister was already across the street because she, I think Amy came and told her. Or she asked me what happened. Either way, she found out. Like, literally like a split second. And she was already out the door. And mind you, she had just had surgery. My sister Tiara, you probably saw her in the vlog that I did. My first video, actually. She came out in a split second. She just had surgery. So she was limping out of there. And she walked across the street. And this is her. Coming down the stairs. She's wobble central. If I tell you she's just wobbling, I mean, it's just no joke. She's wobbling because she can't really bend her leg because she just had surgery and she had her brace on. So she's like she goes across the street and she's like, come down the stairs because you were gonna fight my brother because you shouldn't have hit him in his lip. Because way I was raised, if someone hit you, you hit him back. Period. And that's the tea.
For me, swallow me, drip down the side of me.
Oh, she was like, that's not right because he was playing around. So you're gonna come down these stairs and fight him, is what she basically said. And he was like, no, I don't want to do it. We're all cool now though. But he grew some cojones. He's no longer like that. You want to fight, he's pressing the issue. But me and we haven't had issues since then. But anyway, but she's like, come down the stairs because you're finna fight my brother again. And his mom, let's call his mom Rule. I just saw the book that says Rule on it. We're gonna call his mom Rule. So Rule is just sitting there. She's not saying nothing. And then my mom come out because she's hearing all the commotion. So she's hearing all the commotion. So she comes out and she tells Rule to be like, she told Rule, get out the way because I will really beat yo if you try to get in the way of this. So she moved out the way and told him, go downstairs. You bust his lips. So you gotta fight him. And he came down the stairs, and my sister told me, by the time this all happened, I was already down the stairs, so I'm hearing him yell at him, telling him to come down the stairs. And my sister told me, KJ, you better take off before his foot hit this floor. And that's what I did. So he steps down, but before his foot touches, I get him with a cold right, boom. And now we just throwing them. We throwing them, and then I get him and then there's a car, like we was in his driveway fighting, and there was a car. I don't know why we did this. Why were we condoning violence? Why were we condoning violence? Man. Anyway, so I get him on a car, and we're still just throwing him, and his father, one name his father. His father's name's gonna be Pod, because I don't have names. Pod. And rest in peace, Pod. We love you. But Pod, he splits up and then grabs Jack. And Jack is like trying to get loose. And I swing around Pod and just punch Jack in the face. And Pod looks back at me and is like, cheap shot, my guy. Cheap shot. But I didn't care. He needed to catch these hands. But anyway, so after that, at that little situation, Zoe went to Jack's house and chilled. Although me and Zoe, we knew each other the longest. And then Amy came along, and me and Amy came closer. But me and Zoe knew each other the longest because we lived on that block the longest. But so Zoe went over to Jack's house, and Amy came to my house, and we sat there and talked. And later, next day, me and Amy, we questioned Zoe, like, why'd you go to his house? You're supposed to be with us. Like, we're in this together. We know each other longer than you known him. So what is you doing?
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
And she just told us, like, I want to make sure he was okay. And I already saw Amy going to your house. Whoopty bam. But we weren't having it. We just wanted her to tell the truth, like, you went to his house because you were on his side. And she used to do this thing where whenever you, like, questioned her a lot, she would cry. And she would just cry her eyes out. And she was like, you're being so mean to me. But, like, no one was being mean to you. We're just asking you a question. But anyway, so we asked her that and she started to cry. So so basically that happened. But me, Amy, and Zoe, we were all still cool. We was like, we're sorry, or whatever. We just wanted to know why. But, like, I don't know why we were pressing the issue to her. She just wanted to make sure he was okay. But we thought she went over there for something else. We were so childish. Why are we so childish, guys? But anyway, so a couple days later, because me and Amy and Zoe always hung out, so that left Jack with no one hanging out on the block. I was the youngest out of the 4 of us. Then it would go Amy, who's a year older than me. And then it would go Zoe, that's 2 years older than me. And then it would go Jack, which is 2 years older than me as well. And Jack, is it that his day was the day after or the day before Zoe's birthday? But anyway, so he had no friends to hang out with, and one day Zoe went to his house and we was confused, and she ended up going to his house so she can like, I think she went to his house to hang out. But anyway, so long story short, we ended up making up and becoming friends again. But any type of conversation we had after that, like any type of like small friend argument, I was always resort to, you wanna fight? Do you wanna fight? Do you wanna fight? Cause honestly, I was always ready to throw them hands. I don't know why, but it was like, cause I feel like I can beat them. I feel like, so everybody said, well, me and him agreed on that the fight was a tie, so we didn't argue more. But Amy and I both said that I won the fight, but me and Jack agreed on that it was a tie, so we didn't argue more. And any type of conversation after that, I was always ready to fight. I was like, do you want to fight? And everybody be like, stop saying that, KJ, because that's not right. And I learned to mature and not always try to throw, like, let's fight, because that was like me being an a-hole. And I just kind of like, because I'm actually, like, I'm a nice person, I swear. But no, I'm a nice person, and that kind of like was out of my character. So I kind of like stopped doing that, because that was out of my character. Fighting has always been out of my character. You can ask my mom. This is my grandma, because my mom wasn't there because she's busy. Grandma, have I ever liked to fight?
Not that I know of.
Exactly, because fighting was out of my character.
No, he don't fight. But he'll whoop if he have to.
See, as you saw, I don't like to fight, so that's kind of like out of my character. But now, like, me and my family, we don't condone violence anymore.
Are you sure about that?
Like, I don't know why. Cause like, was it coming up? Cause like, my mom, she raised us like, you don't let no one ever do anything to you. You don't let no one treat you wrong. If you want respect, you have to treat someone else with respect. And if they want respect, they have to treat you with respect. And if they don't treat you with respect, that's when you have an issue, and that's when you shouldn't be friends with them. But we made up, and I kind of stopped saying, like, let's fight all the time. Took me a while to stop saying that, but I did. So now, I wouldn't say we're still close, because me and Amy, we're still close. We FaceTime, like, I'll say, like, 3 times a week, or something like that, or every other week. But, me and Zoe, we don't keep in contact at all. Like, Zoe, like, she just kind of, like, vanished. But me and Jack, we contact every once in a while. I consider him my older brother. I remember one time I posted a video of a friend that was vaping, and he swiped up like, you better not be smoking. And I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, alright, that's what I thought. Like, he's kind of like my older brother now, brother from another mother. So that's that. Thank you guys, that's all I have for you this time. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me your favorite parts down in the comments below. I really enjoyed doing this video. Let me know if you want to see another video, another video like this, a sit down video, because I will do another one if y'all like this and get it up there. You know what I mean? Like it up. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.